PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 26th of February. James Spann here. Pretty interesting system coming in here over the next few days. A lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network at the insane hour of 5 o'clock, downtown Birmingham, looking right down 20th Street there from the top of the Daniel Building. Readings are mostly around 50 this morning. A little foggy in Livingston down in Sumter County. That means the dew points are coming up, and we checked the Gulf Shore Skycam there. The dew point is sitting at 60 down there, so pretty moist air coming in from the south. There's a water vapor satellite shot. Today should be quiet, a northwest flow aloft, and hopefully no more of that illegal overrunning rain we've seen the past couple of days. Temperatures this morning are in the 40s to the east. We got 43 in Anniston, Birmingham at 52, Tuscaloosa 53. Those are at 5 o'clock. Well, the guys at HPC are ramping up the rain for the northern third of the state. That's suggesting some 3-inch rains with this thing for places like Cullman. And then the amounts taper off down to the south. This is valid through Monday evening. And we no doubt could see some good beneficial rain from this thing. Exactly where that axis of heavier rain lines up really remains to be seen, but that certainly is a possibility. Convective outlook for today, there's a slight risk of severe weather from Little Rock up to St. Louis. That includes Memphis. And then tomorrow, look at there. The slight risk has been expanded a bit to include a larger part of Alabama, all of Mississippi, and parts of the adjacent states. The probabilities are up to 30%, by golly, for places like Birmingham and Jackson and Meridian. We'll drill down and take a look at this thing here. This is the 06Z run at noon today of the GFS. And again, today should be quiet. Again, I guess you can't rule out the chance of a shower somewhere with this kind of moist air, warm, moist air coming in from the south, warm air advection, but the day should be mostly dry. Sun probably pops out a time or two, and a good chance we hit 70 today. All right, here comes our front tomorrow. Now, looking at this thing, the primary surface low is way up north, and so the low-level helicity in the lower 1 kilometer probably won't be that bad. The jet stream level looks like this. This is at 200 millibars. Stronger winds are still off to the west. They probably won't be in here until Friday night, but that is a pretty good core there of 110 to 130 knot winds. This is always the big question mark for these things. It's the surface-based instability, and there's just not much showing up here. This is 6 o'clock Friday evening. Got a pretty good tongue of instability off to the west, south of that boundary around Shreveport. But again, it's not looking that unstable here at the moment. But again, the helicity values from 0 to 3 kilometers look pretty good to the north. But of course, north of the front, the air is cool and stable up there. So it remains to be seen if it will be a big issue. But the guys at Norman seem to think that we might have some severe weather. So we'll start to hit that a little bit for tomorrow night. Well, look at Saturday. Look at this thing. Now, the models are really ramping up the intensity of this next vortmax, and that would increase the concern of some heavy rain blowing in through here. There's a look at midday Saturday. A really good surface wave moves along the front, and that suggests it could be awfully wet here Friday night into Saturday, especially Saturday morning. And indeed, somebody could see 3 inches of rain. And again, it's typically going to be around that boundary, and we'll just have to see where it kind of lines up and stalls out. So wet, stormy weather tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night into Saturday. The good news, we could use that rain. The rainfall deficiency for Birmingham is up to 1.5 inches. Now, we're not through with this thing yet. Now look what we've got on Sunday. Holy cow, the GFS now really deepens this upper level low over South Georgia. And you know the saying, upper level low, weatherman's woe. Down below that, very, very low thickness values. And this is suggesting with that upper level feature some kind of snow deal, you know, reminiscent of the December 1997 thing where underneath the core of that we had some really good snows. Now, we're obviously going to wait until the 12Z run comes out before we even think about mentioning that. But look at the NAM, by golly. It's right on the same page as the GFS. Excellent agreement. This is Sunday at noon. And again, very low thickness values and some hint of maybe some snow moving through here Saturday night or Sunday morning with dynamic cooling. Goodness gracious. Again, let's wait until the 12Z run before we get too excited about this. And then Monday, it's all gone. The deep surface low this time is east of Charleston. For our friends up and down the East Coast, a lot of ramifications here too. And Tuesday of next week will be dry and pleasant. And Wednesday, same deal. Looks good. Thursday, no problem. So after the weekend system, things look pretty quiet next week. 3 days later, March 8th, that seems to be the next good shortwave showing up on this run. That looks pretty wet. And 5 days later on the 13th, that's the anniversary of the blizzard of 93. 16-year anniversary. Trough Ridge Trough, and that looks quiet. But again, we all know there's no skill in specifics out here. We just like to look. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.